All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, just sitting here drinking my morning coffee. Getting sexy as hell as usual. Just shaved my beautiful head. All of that's done. Got the red shirt on today. I had someone say, "You have a red one?" I haven't seen the red one, so we threw the red one on. Not veiny yet, though. It's still too cold this morning. I'll be training here shortly, so we'll definitely be more veiny. It's about to get hot again, though, which will help. I pointed that out. Like a lot of times, people have asked, "Why are you crazy vascular in some of these and others you're not?" Like it depends literally on the temperature. Like if it's 68 in the room, I'm not going to be as veiny as if it's 73, or if I've been in the heat. But it's been cold, so makes your veins constrict. Like the best thing you can do to be really vascular is be in a warm room. Like that's the biggest thing. Peppermint, right? It's rustled a bunch of jimmies, and that's okay. That's the idea. Good. I hope people talk about it. I got to get more content. I've been slowly putting up the stuff I have, but I've got to get more content created. The funny thing is, there's nothing pornographic in it. That's what's hilarious. Like dudes are freaking out talking about G for P. There's literally nothing pornographic or gay in it. So, you know. And ironically, no dudes have joined. So unless they're just fake using women's names, it's only been women. It's hilarious. I mean, I'm sure dudes will join. There's a bunch of dudes who are like, "I will join," and they're not. They didn't. None of them did. We all know they're going to be subscribing because they're obsessed. Yeah, pretty much. But let's talk about other stuff, guys. We don't have to talk just about that. We can let that be the topic of other people's news. Let's talk some training. Go to Jason Blue Block. Right? That's what Cali Muscle called me. You got to get it right, William. Okay, you got to remember it's Okay, you got to quote him directly. You got to speak like Cali. It's Jason Fleet Blop Blue Blop That's my full name. And Cali Muscle speak. The 3 times is really important. You got to do it at the start, the middle, and the end. You got to learn how to speak Cali Muscle. I mean, he is the complete paragon of intellectual capacity and communication skills. He's functioning at a very, very high level cognitively. Right? It's at the top. His elevator goes all the way to the top floor. Cali Muscle is pregnant. No, not really. He's the only Chuck Basher, so yeah, pretty much. This coffee is not going to last long. It's because I'm drinking it quick because I used the good stuff today. I call the good stuff my Texas pecan coffee. Yes, we call it a pecan. That's how you say it in Texas. Not a pecan. That's weird. First time I heard someone say pecans, having grown up originally in Texas, obviously. The first time I heard someone say a pecan, I started laughing. I'm like, can you pee in? I just thought it was funny. I was a kid. I was like 10 years old, and I heard someone say pecan. Brits, we say pecan, right? Coach, I have uploaded the first NH character study. Why don't you link it in some of my videos, right? You can link it underneath. I'll have to go check it out. Well, character study part 1, the Slayer. The Slayer. Chemical warfare. Right? That type of Slayer. Dude ignores and blocks comments. What dude ignores and blocks comments? William, I block trolls. I block really insidious trolls, but what is it you think I blocked yours? I'm letting you post right now. If I had blocked any of your comments, you wouldn't be able to post in here because you'd be blocked. PP, wow. Boy, that's some really high intellect. See, you post stuff like pee pee poo poo, and you wonder why people ban you. I mean, really, dude. What type of running program? Well, let me give you two answers to that question. Number one, I've never used a running program. Number two, I've never run down deer. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. That's a strange way to introduce yourself to a channel, to ask a totally random, bizarre question like that. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's run down deer. That's some impressive. Dude, you could run down a deer. If you could run down a deer, you're impressive. You need to be in the Olympics. P327. Hi, what's up, P327? All right. So, people with these questions. I don't know where people come up with this stuff. Now, you might be confusing talking about feral hog hunting. In case you're unaware, deer and hogs are not even remotely similar animals, by the way. People who don't know this. Like feral hogs are a type of pig. Do you know what a pig is? And if you want to see the hunting practices for that, there are hundreds of videos up showing how Texans do primitive weapon hunting for wild hogs. There are whole forums dedicated to it, like literally entire forums. You could go research it ad nauseum, right? You could research it ad nauseum. It's actually really common. It's become so complicated that people use dogs for it now. They even make special armor for your hunting dogs. Companies make special armor for your hunting dogs for hunting feral hogs here. It's kind of a thing. Can a feral hog kill a man? Yes. All right. Yes, feral hogs can and do kill people. Worst case I've seen was a family member of mine who got over 100 stitches from a tangle with one. One of my great uncles or in-laws, I forget. It's hard. These kids, we don't remember whether they're through marriage or blood. I think he was through marriage. It was Aunt Bill's husband. This is where the check comes in. Aunt Bill and May. Yes, that was her real name. He got pretty cut up by one. Not in a cornfield. So, yep. No, we killed the hell out of them. I probably killed 50 of them in my life. Did you see the results of the German? No, I was not even aware that Germany had an election. I don't even know what the political parties are in Germany. No offense intended if you're German. I don't follow your politics. Just not a particular interest to me. Again, nothing personal. Keep in mind, I don't care about politics a lot unless it involves the U.S. economy or it involves my gun rights. That's about as far as I go these days. So that's the extent of my, and I do kind of like when we discuss health topics, like I do want to see refined sugars banned and all that. That's a good political topic. I'd like to see it a felony to give refined sugar to children, like you just go straight to prison. All right, that would be cool. Like life, they don't ever let you out. No, but I mean, no, I'm not a super political person these days. So I definitely don't keep up with politics in other countries. I just don't care. That's a funny thing. I get a lot of people who they think I'm super, super political. It's like, sorry, I'm really not, guys. You're going to be very disappointed if you think at this point in my life, if I hold strong political opinions, you're going to be extremely disappointed in me. Will you be doing, Otto? I'm not going to discuss anything like that. Otto, I'm not going to entertain any questions about my OnlyFans content by people who are not on there already paying and making requests. I'm simply not going to entertain it. You didn't even join, so therefore I don't care. No offense. But if you want to ask me about new content, you have to ask me through OnlyFans. It's $14.99 a month. And yes, I have 4 people right now. So far. Coach, I like the segment of the modern day Churchill where Adam, we talking about Mahan. Yeah, I mean, and that's something you'll get me to at least discuss with politics. Right? Because that's not a political issue. This is a fitness issue. This is a national health and fitness issue. And since my entire career and pretty much my big passion, hey, Otto, so far it only appears to be girls. I don't have, to what I can see based on the names, because I get named even with the email, there's no guys so far, not one. It is all women, but they could be using a woman's name like Nicole or whatever. So I don't know their ages. It doesn't show me who they are. I don't know. So yeah, go hit it up. There's a link tree at the top of the page. So I expect you to go. So since you're asking about content, then you need to go subscribe. If you don't subscribe, I may go ahead and block you in here because you're pretending you're going to subscribe and lie. So looks like Adam was impressed by the depth and breadth of your knowledge. That on our dude, we talked a lot longer. That was just the main segment. We talked about 30, 40 minutes before we started to kind of get a feel for everything. No, he said he definitely wants to get me on for some more. Right. What would you advise to rehabilitate injuries besides usual resting, relaxation? You shouldn't be resting and relaxing injuries. You need to be getting active recovery to injuries. Dolan, I'm surprised none of it's been leaked already. It's been 2 days. I mean, it's been 2 days, dude. Come on. Hey, Otto, you have to ask me that through the OnlyFans. I'm not going to entertain questions about the content here. I don't know what part of that isn't clear to you. Do you not understand English? Do you speak English? Are you using translator? So if you have questions about content that you do not currently see, you have to submit a request to me through OnlyFans. And I can't see that you've signed up. So I'm about to block you, just letting you know. 14. You can't waste $14. Like, if you think that's a waste, then you need to get out of here. So we're about to get rid of you. I can't waste $14. Jesus Christ. Okay, your welfare. Okay, good go. So, Dolan, I expect any moment now some of it to get leaked. I mean, why wouldn't it? There's enough people there that somebody could leak it. I figure as soon as any of my trolls buy it, they'll leak it all to each other, and then they'll all leak it everywhere. But that doesn't stop people from following, because you can get some of everybody's stuff. Anybody who's got one, there's whole websites dedicated to this. So it's not even Reddit; it's just websites dedicated to it. It is what it is. You can't really stop it. But Larry, because injuries is a very vague question. Training-related injuries, you should absolutely find ways to keep working them. Like, the absolute worst thing you can do is to not get blood flow and movement to training-related injuries. I mean, unless they're broken bones, like bones and things have to be put in a cast. But detraining and not training things doesn't work. Your gains are going to fade real fast and you're going to slow down the healing. I mean, obviously, we don't do stupid stuff like stretch them. But no. Resting and relaxing helps, but you have to maintain movement. Like that's what they do even when they, like for a bicep rupture, even if your bicep rips off and they reattach it, they want you moving real quick. They want active recovery and rehab exercises almost immediately. Even my aunt with the modern hip replacement. So my aunt, she holds an American squat record. She had to get both her hips replaced using the newer methods here recently. She's in her early 70s now. They had her walking the same day. Post-op, they had her on her feet walking like 8 hours later as part of the rehab. So she was on her feet the same day, up moving. And then she did a powerlifting meet. Unfortunately, she's only squatting like 190 now in her 70s after the hip replacement. But hey, P327, I have not tried the carnivore diet because I'm not a blithering moron. Let me state that again. Anyone who could be convinced to try the carnivore diet probably needs psychiatric help, or they need to have a guardian to take care of their matters because they're not functioning at a normal level cognitively in terms of IQ. It is beyond my comprehension that a sane person who is mentally fit with at least an average IQ could ever be convinced to try the carnivore diet. So I know by default they're either really dumb or they're mentally ill if they've ever done it. It's usually mentally ill though. Right? Or like an extreme conspiracy theorist, like someone who believes the whole global elite is trying to kill all of us with broccoli. But again, that's mental illness. No, Dolan, I don't know how to treat wing scapula. You'll have to talk to your physical therapist on that. Hey, P, I'm surprised a follower of my channel asked me that on the carnivore diet. You guys do know I am one of the most outspoken critics against the carnivore diet in the fitness world, right? I am extremely vocal. I make statuses about it on a weekly basis and literally making fun of it. I've made about 25 videos calling everyone who does it a complete moron. And I've literally made videos calling anyone who promotes it as evil, an actual evil, terrible human being who is harming people. So in that context, it's kind of surprising a follower of mine, a regular follower, would actually ask that. That would be like asking me as a fitness person, how often do I snort cocaine? Like, no, dude, I don't promote that. What numbers on bench today? Like, I literally do believe anyone promoting the carnivore diet is actually an evil person, knowingly and intentionally causing harm to other people. Telling you not to eat fiber and vegetables is deadly advice. It is deadly advice. Even real carnivores eat vegetables in the wild. Tigers eat plants. No, Frank Tufano did not popularize it. Sean Baker popularized it. All right. What numbers on bench today? I'm going to try to do mostly rep work with 315 on the flat and then 245 on the incline. Hey, P327, you actually got that wrong. You need to at least get your history correct. It's not olive oil. They were talking about like canola oil. Again, go read the history. And here's my question. So here's my question, P327. What relevance does that have to health? So if eggs were used as for industrial purposes in 1873, would you be then saying we shouldn't eat eggs? I mean, do you think about how stupid that is? Think about, again, let's talk about cognitive ability and why the people who follow carnivore are dumb. What relevance does that have to its health? So if someone comes out with a new antibiotic and your body goes septic, are you not going to take it because no one ever used that antibiotics to treat septosis before 1927? No, I can't do that, dude. It's not traditional. That's not in 1600s how we treated septosis, so I'm just going to fucking die. I mean, that's the level of stupid. I just can't. I just can't. Okay, here's how you determine what's healthy. Why don't you look and see what happens in the lab and the blood work and inside the human body when people are given certain substances or they're denied certain substances? Okay, why don't we study it inside humans and see what happens? I know it's crazy idea. So instead of looking at the historical trends of what different people did, why don't we look in a laboratory and measure what happens in the human body when we do something? Right? I know it's completely crazy. It's out there. I know it sounds insane, right? It's a crazy idea. But maybe the carnivores and vegans should both like look into that. All right. Personal opinions on CrossFit and its relation to rhabdo. Well, there's a lot of rhabdo in CrossFit, but it's the way people push themselves. Carnivores absolutely dangerous, agree is bad. Larry, I don't know why we're talking about kidneys. Like, that's not the concern, actually. Dude, I've made 20 minutes of information before on all the problems with carnivore. Not once did you see me mention kidneys. What are you talking about? Okay, number one concern is obviously the atherosclerosis component because you're eating huge amounts of saturated fat while removing all the cardioprotective benefits of a lot of the foods and diet. It's a bad combination. You're removing all the antioxidants, fiber, phytonutrients that have cardioprotective components. Okay, so atherosclerosis, high on the list. Insulin resistance, high on the list. All right, gut biome. Zero fiber, extremely low fiber diets cause gut flora extinction, and we've known this for 20 years. It creates all sorts of digestive issues, irritable bowel, potential depression. That compromises your immune system potentially, and the only cure is a fecal transplant sometimes. So they literally take poop from someone else's butt and the doctor puts it in yours to help treat it like multiple times to try to reverse it. And that's not because it's just carnivores, because it's an extremely low to zero fiber diet. Right? That is extremely dangerous and has nothing to do with your kidneys. But it's a complete disruption of your entire gut biome also. That's the big one. And that one takes about a year to kick in. But the kidneys is not even on the list of concerns. Okay. Coach, have you ever thought of doing one-on-one training sessions where you explain biology topics to people? Peppermint. I cover whatever the person needs. So when people hit me up for consultations, I cover whatever they need. But yeah, no, Larry, the concerns for carnivore is going to be cardiovascular disease and gut flora extinction. And I cannot stress enough the gut flora extinction part. Yeah, but it's the carnivore. I mean, a person could technically do a carnivore diet that is low kidney stress. The carnivore diet itself is not inherently stressful on the kidneys. It is stressful on your gut flora. But So again, you're jumping way into left field because now we're associating protein, and that's not always the case. There's a lot of data depending upon the specifics of kidneys that very high protein diets are not always a problem. It depends on your specific kidney condition. But I mean, so using that same logic, you would be saying a bodybuilding diet could be dangerous for your kidneys, right? Plenty of higher carb bodybuilding diets have just as much, if not more, protein than the carnivore. So again, you're jumping into left field. So just kind of throwing that out there. And most people don't have kidney disease, like the majority of people out there. And the ones who do with something like that may have certain diabetic issues. So this is not my concern for the general population. Like I'm talking about healthy people getting really messed up from this diet, like creating health problems that do not need to exist in a person who's perfectly healthy and fit right now. Like that's a real concern. What people don't understand about the carnivore diet is you consume mainly animal fats instead of. Hey P, are you promoting the carnivore diet on my channel? Because I will ban that ass faster than you can slap the pork chop out of your mouth. Let me be clear. If you are promoting it, you are evil. So let me be clear on that. I consider you to be an actual bad, harmful human being who is hurting people if you're out actively promoting it. You want to hurt yourself, that's fine. Suicide is your own business. You want to cut your own foot off, that's your right. Don't go on my channel convincing other people that cutting their foot off will be good for their health. I don't know why you guys call it the carnivore diet either. Fatty meats don't exist in the wild. These are a product of agriculture. If you actually wanted to eat like a true carnivore, you would be eating nothing but absurdly lean meat. By the way, fatty meat doesn't exist in most of the world, anywhere in the wild. There's no way more than 10% of your calories could possibly come from fat, unless you lived in the Arctic before agriculture. So what are you talking about? And why would you eat honey? Honey is junk food. Honey is trash. But again, we come over to the carnivore diet. It's a religion, just like the vegan religion. It's a religious cult. Because bees are animals and they're magical fairies, the refined fructose that they produce is somehow good for you. Like, you know how stupid that is? Again, this is what happens when you create a delusional diet cult. Just like the vegans are that crazy, the carnivores are that crazy. They're now, we should be eating honey. Really, you want to eat that crap? You really think eating a bunch of honey is healthy? It's refined fructose. It's the same thing as table sugar, but with some antioxidants in it. Absurd. Bees are not magical fairies who produce a different type of magical, healthy, refined fructose. Again, carnivores are an insane diet cult, just like vegans. In fact, most of the carnivores out there, the biggest advocates are former vegans who they had health problems from doing vegan. Okay. And so, but they couldn't let go of their extreme religion. So they had to come join a new one just on the polar opposite. It's kind of like an extreme religious fanatic who decides he doesn't like God anymore. So he joins the Church of Satan. It's that level of stupid. So, and then the same thing, I now see flip-flops in the other direction. So here's what we're seeing too, and I'm seeing it on social media, some of the people who try to argue with me on social media, some of the fitness groups. They're now former carnivores who suffered health effects from carnivore, so they went full vegan. I call it the cycle of fucking stupidity. Sorry, I'm trying not to use the F word in any of these. I just can't. I can't discuss either of these diets without dropping F-bombs. They're just that stupid. Coach Honey is guilty pleasure, and that's fine. Organic honey is no difference. It doesn't matter. Organic is a marketing term. Now, that being said, and you're allowed to have a guilty pleasure. Perfectly fine. Look, I love pizza. It's my favorite junk food. You don't see me getting up saying pizza is a healthy food that we should be eating. See the difference? And if you're not promoting it as healthy and you don't pretend it's healthy, hey, you like a little honey, but it is refined sugar. But if the rest of your diet is pretty balanced, you can get away with a little bit of it. If it's your one vice, probably not that bad, realistically. But these people are like, it should be our only carbohydrate. And then they still don't eat fiber. It's like, yeah, you're going to die. Just stop. Sean Baker's not going to make it super long either. The other doctors have looked at his blood work and they're like, dude, he's dead in 10 years. My guess is over. And these other cardiologists have looked at his stuff, like cardiologists, and they're like, he's a doctor, but he doesn't understand cardiology. And yes, he's going to die. They're like, looking at his blood work, he needs to be on drugs right now to save his life. This is what cardiologists say when he's produced his blood work. They're like, this man is going to die within 10 years. He's dead. So hopefully that ends the whole stupid carnivore thing. As soon as Sean Baker drops dead, hopefully the whole carnivore fad dies with him. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but he's hurting people. Right? So his own advice is going to come around to hit him. He is causing harm to others. And so in that case, that's literally getting back what you're putting out. You do something really insanely harmful to your body and then promote that tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of other people follow in your footsteps, and then it kills you. I mean, are we supposed to mourn or weep? Like, dude, hopefully less people die when they say, holy crap. Holy crap. Man, I better get off this crazy diet and go see my doctor right now. Hopefully that's the response we get. Man, maybe my doctor can fix this. Maybe I need to be on some statins now. Maybe I need to get my gut biome sorted. Maybe have to get a bypass surgery. Oh my God. You can't make this up. Man. What I got coming in the mail today. Sorry, got my email from the mail saying what's going to be out for delivery. Yeah, but P, it's not a concept worth analyzing. It's insanity. It's complete insanity. So 8:15 or so, I think I'm going to wind this down in a minute. All right, I'm going to wind this down and get a thing written for a client. I have one client who needs something. It's in the 50s, so it's be a good time to get out and get some heavy bench pressing done. So I hope it's been informative. Give you guys a warm shot before we go. And I'll talk to you next time.